Hi, we're back here in Module 5 and we're going to start posting our articles in our SENUKE X accounts. Okay, the first thing that you need to do is to check if your accounts has been created. You will not achieve a 100% success rate. There will be some accounts that are not created. So let's check here. You'll see a green check if the account creation is already finished. Let's check our Enzo Evans Group A account or 01 account. And okay, so far so good. We have about 147 accounts. Okay, now next thing that you need to do is to go to your social network. Okay, for faster recognition also you can group them. Okay, you can group them for the first run. This would be your group A. So let's say this is my group A and this is my first run. So I'll put group A01. This is just my own way of recording, which is group 1, which is the first one that I have submitted. This is the second one. So you can follow your own groupings. If you want to put the number here or the letter here. Okay, and then we need to set this up. So let's go inside. Okay, so what you need to do is do not use the auto-generate spinner variations. So for example, you want to download an article from eZine. For example, the keyword SEO. Do not use this one to generate your article, because what will happen is you'll just be creating garbage content. And as I have told you before, if you just create garbage content and post it on the search engines, on the blog networks, in Web 2.0 sites, in Blogger, what will happen is you will actually get your accounts deleted. So it will be a waste of your money and your time. So what you need to do here is, if you want to download the seed article from eZine, make sure you write it properly using Best Spinner, or you can use SENUKE's SENUKE's article spinner here. Okay, as you can see, you can use this as your own article spinner, but the Best Spinner is the best software that you can use to. Okay, it's the best software that you can use to spin your articles. Now, here's what I do. What I do is I subscribe to a service that gives me one spinned article per day, and that service is the Leading Articles by VitaV. Now, VitaV offers ultra premium articles, which allows you about 60% uniqueness, which is actually very good in providing unique content. And the other one is an ultra spinnable mini article, which is about 40% to 50% uniqueness, which is still not bad enough. So I'll get one of my articles. I'll pause it for a while. Okay, I have posted it now here in my social nuke profile. The articles from VitaV are really good. They are written by English writers, and the grammar is correct, and it's basically very cheap, but of the best quality. Okay, so I just put the title. Now for the subdomain, I told you before that you can use the keywords. You must use the keyword as much as possible. So if my keyword is SENUKE, okay, here's a cool variation. Sometimes I would like X to be included, okay, and sometimes I don't want X to be included. So what you do is you actually put parenthesis, X pipe, and then nothing, and then parenthesis. So parenthesis, open parenthesis, X pipe, and then close parenthesis. So what will happen is what will happen is it will choose randomly between having SENUKE or just SENUKE. Okay, and then make it more random. So I want to put software, or it's either tool, and then I also want to put numbers. As I have told you before, the best use or the best way to create your blog network and to make use of SENUKE is to make everything as random as much as possible. Okay, so that the search engines will not find any footprint. Okay, so here I'll select the profile that I would like to use. This is the reason that I want to group my profile, because if I want to use the second group, I would just choose enzoevents.com group B01, okay, and then just a name just for a reference. Okay, the output URL list. Now all the articles that were created or the blog posts that were created during the submission would go to, okay, guess where? Of course, to my second tier URLs. Why my second tier? Remember, my second tier would be my Web 2.0 sites. Okay? If I am submitting a press release, that would go to my all URLs. If I'm submitting an article directory, all URLs, the output URL. If I'm submitting a social bookmark, it will go all to my all URLs. Okay, and then my output RSS list. Of course, I only have one choice, all RSS. See how it makes it more organized. Okay, because I want to reuse my network over and over and over again. Now, if you use the wizard, there's nothing wrong with that, but in the recent testing that I have done in these last few days, it's very difficult to get organized with the wizard. It's so confusing, especially if you have already built a huge network for your SEO campaigns. Okay, so the next thing that you need to understand here is, okay, make sure that the shortened article, if you're using a spin article from VitaV or from your own blog or from your own rewritten content, make sure that this is not checked, because if this is checked, what will happen is, look at this, it will randomly shorten your article, which definitely is something that you don't want. Okay, now as I have shown you before, we have actually three links. One would be coming to our money page, one would be coming to another Web 2.0 site, and one would be going to your authority links. So it's very easy now to add those links because we have actually created our URL list. Okay, so our URL list, usually I put the main URL or the main link in the first paragraph of my content. It just makes it more relevant than putting it below your article. So the main link is in the first, the authority link is in the middle, and my first tier links is on the last paragraph, or it would be the last links in this article. Now, I don't link to second tier or all URLs. The reason is I don't want my link juice to pass down. I want them all to pass going to my money page. So I don't want my social nuke to link to my Web 2.0. Okay, so how do you set it here? It's actually simple. Okay, so I want the link. Okay, so just find the spot. Sometimes you might want to add the sentence variation like this one. Check out, browse my, so that it would flow on the article. Visit my. Okay, this is how you put your link. Just click on the random URL tags. Okay, I just want one link. I want the anchor text to be included. Okay, I don't want a new line. Okay, if you're using more than 2 links, make sure that you enter a custom separator here. I want to pick only links from my main URLs. Perfect. Okay. And then here, I want to create a link to my, okay, here, to my authority link, right? Okay. Read my, check my, okay. If you buy VitaViz ultra leading articles, you'll actually get a bonus menu wherein you'll get introduction, middle, and conclusion snippets, wherein you just plug in, you just replace those snippets with your random URLs, and you'll be able to create a better looking paragraph that contains words and sentences that really flows with the term that you're trying to target. Okay, so here, read my, check my, would like to add my, okay, the authority links that I have mentioned before. Okay, perfect. Okay, oops, sorry. And then last, I would like to create a first tier link, but you won't see anything yet here in the first preview. Oh, I'll just put it below. Don't go above, or don't go more than 5 links per page. As I have mentioned before, the outbound links plays an important role here in building your backlinks. Okay, check more information below. More articles. Okay. Of course, you can add more variations, but for the purpose of this testing, okay, I want my first tier links. Okay, did something wrong. I created a new line. Oops, okay. Okay, random URLs. Random URLs. Okay, do you see that again? Let me repeat it again. Random URLs. Let's make it 1. Oh, let's make it maybe 3. Okay. A new line, because I want this not along the same horizontal line, but rather has a line break on it. Okay, I want the first tier URLs. Okay. On our chaining, we're going to use the only use URLs from last 24 hours, and I'm going to explain to you in the next video why we need to do that. Okay, and then just click on the OK button, and then of course we'd like to preview our sample. Okay, perfect. As you can see here, my article or my Web 2.0 would link to my main and to my authority. And if I already have a first tier, let's say, let's just have an example, this one, first tier. Okay. You can plug in your old, URL list from the old version of SENUKE. Okay, perfect. So let's go back to our projects, click on our nuke, and then click on the preview sample. Perfect. Now we have a link to our first tier, to our authority, and to our main. Now every Web 2.0 site should have 3 to 5 links. Sometimes I don't link to the money page just to make sure that I make it as random as much as possible. But the authority, at a percentage of about 90 to 10%, I always link to the authority websites. It's very important for me, okay, because I have seen that Google views it as more relevant than without having a relevant link from Wikipedia on your site. Okay, so basically what you need to do next after previewing your sample, you just need to schedule them. Click all schedule. We'll run this now so that we can use this on our next video, which would definitely be the best part, because we're going to change this and schedule this, and I'm going to teach you how to schedule this to run for 1 week or to run for 1 month, so that you can actually leave your computer and do other things that you love to do. Okay, so click on the schedule, and okay, it will show that error notifications. It wants me to select a category, which I am going to do right now. Business, perfect. Okay, so wanna go back. Don't press the start schedule, because what it will do is it will override the schedule that you have created. So I want it to run at 12 a.m. Okay, that will be 4 minutes from now, and start. Okay, now this is very important. If you submit this Web 2.0 sites to all your articles all at the same time, would that be, or would that look natural? And then next day you don't submit anything, and then 1 week after you don't submit anything, you will experience the Google sandbox, wherein your websites would drop in the search engines. What you need to do is to spread your submission over several days. Now, the minimum spread submission that I do and that I use is 3. Anything less than 3, that would be very aggressive, and I risk my website getting banned or getting sandbox. So if this is a money page that you are doing for a client, I would suggest that you have to spread them as much as possible. You can spread them. The maximum that I spread my submission is in about 20 days. Okay, so you can actually submit it at that amount of time, or you could just do a minimum submission of 3 per day. 3 spread submission over 3 days. Okay, so for this instant, I'm going to use 3 days, and then you can actually distribute it evenly, distribute it randomly. I haven't tested anything yet, but I just prefer distribute evenly so that I know how many have been approved and how many have not been approved. Okay, and then click on the save button, and then just let it run. As you can see, it's already scheduled. Now, while we're waiting for it to completely run, you can actually schedule other campaigns. Okay, so according to our diagram, a good practice would be, but still this has to be random. You create an article for after the account creation, after 3 days of account creation, and then after adding your article, don't submit it yet, or don't put a link. And then what you need to do is you need to submit again using your article, and then what will happen is, after submission of your Web 2.0 sites, you then need to add a social bookmark, and then after bookmarking it, submitting into the RSS directories. So here we'd like to submit it social bookmark. You are going to social bookmark our project. Okay, I also want to put a group. Okay, so I'll just fill this up for a while. I'll pause it for a while. Okay, let's continue. If you have created several bookmarking profiles, you enter them all here. Okay, so I want them to be random as much as possible, so I'll also include the account that I created for my for this SENUKE.com. Okay, output URL list, we're going to put them in the all URL list, and the output RSS list, we're going to put them here in the all RSS list. Now, where do we get the links that we would like to bookmark? We are going to bookmark the second tier URLs. Okay, now when you change your submission, you actually want to bookmark only URLs from the last 24 hours. You don't want to bookmark the URLs that is already 3 days old or 4 days old, because you don't want the search engines to see those as relevant. You want the latest articles to be posted in the social bookmarking, because it will be indexed faster. So you'll experience the effect a lot longer. Then next is the next is the schedule button. I need to schedule now my submission. Okay, it asks me for day category. Okay, I'll remove that one. So schedule it. Now, this is another problem with the wizard. If you use the wizard and you don't tweak these settings, what will happen is, after the creation of the Web 2.0 sites, for example in Blogger or in Hub Pages, what happens is the software automatically runs the next schedule. So if your next schedule would be social bookmark, but you don't want it to be to run immediately after the Web 2.0 creation, you can specify it by time, and this is what I use. So I actually don't bookmark the list or the URLs that I have created that has just been submitted. I wait for at least 4 hours before I bookmark the URL list. So I will wait for at least 4 hours. So I'll put here 5 a.m. Now, start this project after. You need to, okay, it will start at 5 a.m. Spread submission. This is another important thing, because remember, for our submission, before for the social NUK, it will be drip feed automatically for a certain number of days. So you also might want to do that. So if they're doing a 5-day submission, you also want to do a 5-day submission. Okay, so click on the save button here, and then you can close it now, and you're good to go. Okay, as you can see here, our social NUK, okay, is already getting submitted. Okay, here. So I also want to add another article directory, and then another press release. Okay, now you might be wondering, what's the use of the other modules of SENUKE, particularly the so you can actually do the same for your press release or your article directories. But I just want to share one thing more here. For the press release, you would like to link that to your money page and submit your press release at least, spread the submission for at least 5 days. More would be better. For the article submissions, you can actually submit them faster, so you can actually go submission for 3 days. Now, many people don't like to use the pinger, but I would still like to use pinger. But the problem is, for example, all URL lists that I have, I don't actually want to ping them all at the same time. I just want maybe 2 or 3 websites being pinged at a time. So what you need to do is to actually schedule your pinger campaign also. So let's go to pinger. Okay, events.com, pinger A01, so that I know that it is trying to ping the group A01. So if I have a next group B01 or group B02, I would want to know that this pinger is trying to ping the URLs from group pinger, from group A01 or B01. Okay, so next is you want to schedule this one. So how do you schedule this one? Just double click on the link, and then sites to ping. Just put it here. I want to ping my all URLs. Don't worry if it doesn't have any count yet, because what happens is it has not yet been created. It will automatically be populated as soon as the account creation and account posting has completed. Only use URL list from the last 24 hours, and then for the option, for the schedule, you want to schedule it as soon as this, for example, the Web 2.0 submission is done. Okay, so and you want it to drift feed automatically. And you want it to ping those lists one at a time, or as a few number of links at a time. So what you would like to do is spread submission of your pinging. Okay, now I won't go anything lower than 7 URL pings every single day. Okay, or that is for 1 week. Okay, click on the save button, and we have already scheduled our pinger. Now, the last important module that I would like you to include is the indexer project. Okay, now the indexer project is a very powerful module, and you will only point this in your Web 2.0 sites, nothing more, nothing less. So if, for example, this is for group 1, what's the URL list that I would like to index faster? And that would be my second tier. Remember, my second tier would be the second lower tier in my in the photo that I have shown you before, because basically what this does, it indexes all the second tier URLs that you have. Okay, so okay, schedule it. Okay, I also don't want it to submit all at the same time. So what I would be doing is, okay, after the pinger, okay, remember this is after, after pinger spread submission. Okay, perfect. Okay, so I actually now have my own complete campaign of SENUKE, and this is my first run of SENUKE. I can see here that there are some sites that are not yet created, and on our next video I'm going to show you how to change them and how to schedule them to run for 1 week or maybe 2 weeks and even 1 month if you have the time to schedule everything. Okay, see you on the next video, and thank you so much for watching module number 5.